Whomst has wakened the Eternal One? I've been sleeping for 6 months, and you wake me up for another set of opening goofs and gaffes. This is bullshit.
Yeah, I know. Life has been life lately, but we're back, and we need you now more than ever.
So you do anything?
I guess?
Then perish.
Yeah, I could have expected that. Will you please just say the line?
What is the line?
Welcome to the High-End Low-Wiz podcast, where the smartest people you've ever known are the dumbest people you've ever met?
You got it backwards. Welcome to the High-End Low-Wiz podcast, where the smartest people you've ever met are the dumbest people you've ever known. Like you.
Hi-lo, everyone, and welcome back to the High-Int Low-Wiz podcast, where we're all a little thick of brain and dumb of ass. I'm Nick Davis, they, them, the scoutmaster of this troop of terror. With me, as always, are my terror scouts. Can you all introduce yourselves, please?
Hi, I'm Alice, she, her. I play Lorelei Nix, the bunny folk slayer, and I got kicked out of the scouts. They're like, yeah, terror scouts, ooh, but you blow up, like, 2 buildings, and all of a sudden... Honestly, I think it's just tragic, really. I was so good at terrorism.
Wow. That went places.
It sure did. I'm Michael Sayre, he, him. I play Taku, the gator-born shaman, and I am the heart, soul, and teeth of this group.
Dean Howe, he, him. I play Rosmo Kilcarian, the dwarf turncloak. I don't have any funny rejoinder, so let's carry on.
He's so in character.
I'm Onna, pronouns they, them. I play Daphne Cinderhoof, the fawn arsonist. And Daphne has the only Terror Scouts badge that matters, the arson badge.
Hi everyone, I'm Benny Arndt, he, him. I play Iimish Horningold, the quarter leprechaun barbarian. And I think in the Fey courts, like, the scouts is a little weird. I think they just kind of strip you down, give you a fork, and point you at the wilderness. It's both the reason that Iimish and Lorelei get along and don't.
It's the trauma bond, you know?
That tracks.
Game recognized game.
All right, intros out of the way, let's recap the last episode a little bit. Last episode, you guys finished up steam murdering some dipshits, looted the bodies, and headed down the road. With some of the info you found about the assassins who were attempting to stop Marianne, you managed to piece together that she's from some form of hag royalty in the courts. In the event that this is unclear to anyone, listener or party member, this is hag with a capital H, powerful fey witches who trade in dark magic, trickery, and typically unfavorable deals. This is all info that would have been a known factor to both Iimish and Daphne. That said, whether or not you realize that she is in fact a hag remains up to you guys. The group of you, with the kid that you found, Rocky, and your current employer, Marianne, you arrived at a fork in the road. One road indicating magic hats, one road indicating battle corgis, and one road indicating silence. The party couldn't arrive at a consensus on what to do, struggling to choose between silence and magic hats, and Marianne proposed a little challenge to the group, letting the party split into 2 and her splitting herself to go along with them. The party declined the immediate offer and decided instead to rest for the night and make a decision in the morning. We are currently at the camp that Marianne magically assembled for you all, getting ready for your first on-screen night in the wilds. What are you guys doing?
Making s'mores.
For breakfast?
For dinner.
Oh, for dinner. Oh, sorry, I thought we had already camped.
Instead of, like, a bonfire that we're just putting the s'mores on, though, there's actually a, like, frying pan sitting on top of a log, and Pipesy is, like, dancing around the frying pan, like, doing a little bit of, like, rave movements with his hands over people's marshmallows so that they are perfectly, like, cooked evenly all the way across.
I'm starting to imagine Pipesy as the cooler Calcifer. You know what I mean?
I've been picturing him the whole time.
There is also a bonfire, though, because Daphne used to sleep next to a bonfire.
Any bonfire when Daphne's around is not going to give you nice, evenly cooked marshmallows. It's
No.
going to give you those horrible charcoal-coated messes.
I honestly kind of feel like Pipesy is like using whatever bonfire Daphne is sleeping next to as like a doghouse.
Pipesy just gets cuter and cuter.
I'm picturing the bonfire near Daphne too, like just kind of glowing brighter with her breath.
We wake up in the morning and Daphne's still like snoozing next to the bonfire, and Pipesy just like walks out of it, yawns, has his little cup of coffee in hand, right?
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
Okay, so when you guys actually bed down for the night, that is canon. What happens there? No question. You guys were interrogating your employer's motives pretty hard at the end of the last episode. Does anyone want to question Marianne at all, or are we just kind of letting her and Rocky camp without much further interruption?
I have so many questions, but Daphne ain't got shit, so...
Fair and valid.
I feel like maybe we should not just leave Rocky with the hag.
I don't know. Have you ever heard of a canary in a coal mine?
Use the child as a canary.
Shit. We said no harm to children.
I mean, we're not harming them.
I mean, what the DM chooses to do, the DM chooses to do. That's got nothing to do with
That's
what
out of our hands.
Jesus Christ. I, Onna the player, have a problem with that.
I'm kind of curious to see where it'll go, though.
No.
I will say above table to keep anyone listening or anyone playing from worrying unnecessarily about it. In short form, unless the hag has something, unless the kid has something the hag wants, chances of a deal are pretty unlikely. There is the outside possibility of Rocky wanting something from the hag, but he's got to, understand that she's a hag and how to propose a deal.
Well, I still don't think we should just leave the kid with her.
Fair and valid.
Iimish is like full-on grumpy butt because he knows he should apologize, but he doesn't know how and he doesn't want to, and that's a lot to tangle up in. So he's just like angrily cooking dinner for everyone, and he's an exceptional cook, so he's doing a great job. But he's like just no eye contact. Like I'm in trouble, and I know I'm in trouble, and I don't know how to get out of the trouble. And so here's gonna be a nice meal for everyone, and hopefully they'll just get it, but they probably won't.
What's he making?
Well, he's like overcomplicating dry rations. So he's trying to like rehydrate things and like make all these fancy sauces and shit, and it might not even come out tasty. Like it might be good only to Taku, who knows? But yeah, all the like dried fruits and everything, he's got them like all fine diced, and he's basically making like a dried fruit and veggie like mirepoix and rehydrating all that, and then cooking up some jerky back to some sort of consistency, and then he's going to throw all that together and make like this nice, really hearty stew to try and cover up any mistakes that are hidden inside it.
Overcomplicated is definitely the correct way to describe that. I love it.
I think when Iimish passes it out, Daphne's going to make a show like, oh, look at this nice stew that Iimish made for everybody. What a nice thing Iimish has done.
I think Rosmo's going to get a few bites into that and be like, this is actually pretty good, but I can taste the repressed anger of the chef. Does anybody else get that?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? I sort of feel like I just need to start punching things.
It's very strange.
Chill.
Rosmo, for you, doesn't everything taste like repressed anger?
No. Normally it tastes like money.
I would think that for Rosmo, everything tastes like expressed anger.
Normally I can eat something and like estimate the dollar amount. This is different.
Okay.
We're just sitting with that statement.
Can Rosmo estimate a negative dollar value of a meal?
He smells and tastes money. It's their thing.
It's the capitalist in him, you know?
Can't escape it.
For those of us who don't know what money smells and tastes like how would you describe that? The taste of money?
Dirty.
Extremely dirty. A little irony, probably from the blood.
Plenty of fantasy cocaine, too.
So much fantasy cocaine.
Okay, so you guys have your rations, you have your campfire, you have your s'mores. Is there anything business-wise anyone wants to do before we call it a night for that camp?
I think we should keep watch.
That seems like a good idea.
We're in the middle of fantasy Florida. Like, I don't feel safe here. So, I know there's a move called Make Camp. And when you settle into rest, choose one member of the party to manage provisions. So I feel like that's what Iimish has done.
I feel like that is correct, yes.
How do we roll for that?
If you eat and drink and have enough XP, you may level up. If you're bedding down in dangerous lands, decide on a watch order. Then the GM chooses one person on watch during the night to roll. On a 10+, the night passes without incident. On a 7 to 9, the GM chooses one from the list below. The person on watch notices a nearby discovery. One party member of the GM's choice suffers a restless night. One or more followers causes trouble. A danger approaches. It's not immediately hostile, but if it approaches, stay sharp. When you wake from at least a few hours of uninterrupted sleep, and you ate and drank the night before, heal damage equal to half your max HP.
Rosmo needs that real bad.
Are you still actively bleeding?
Not actively bleeding.
The bandages are definitely red.
How much XP do we need to level? I'm going to be pretty freaking close.
Yeah, I'm only at 4. I actually haven't failed that much.
Some of you are pretty close.
Some of us, like Onna, can't roll anything other than like 10s.
I'm at 1 XP.
I think if Onna never levels up, that would be hilarious.
What I need to do is I need to start... Actually, I should be at 2, because when I did the dancing thing with Taku, that was one of my drives. So I need to feed into my drives more and mark it. Is how I'm gonna level up. Oh, then I would have gotten one when I headbutted Iimish too, so I'm at 3.
As previously noted, I'm somewhere between 5 and 15, depending on how Nick ultimately decides to work a session, so...
Fuck.
I think in order to keep it balanced, it can't be every single session because we only play for an hour at a time. So I think it would be a little unbalanced if it were every single episode where you act on a bond or a drive you get. I'll figure that out between sessions after this next. Short form, I don't think anyone has enough to level up right now. But everyone gets to heal up. Onna, Daphne gets to roll for mana because you are sleeping next to a bonfire.
Are we going to use Make Camp the move?
That's up to you guys. I guess what I'm saying is figure out who is keeping watch. It says the GM chooses one person. I know that Lorelei and Iimish would both volunteer to keep watch. Daphne would probably volunteer to keep watch as well. Rosmo probably wouldn't.
I vote not the dwarf who has stabbed a bunch for no particular reason gets to go to sleep.
Rosmo needs to heal.
I say you roll a d6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, based on how we play out in front of you, and 6 is Pipesy.
I love the idea of Pipesy keeping watch for everybody. I think it's fine, guys.
You know what, though? I actually really like that. Taku, go ahead and roll a flat 6 for me.
Okay, I'm going to use the Kingmaker die. I rolled a 1.
Okay, so on my screen, that would be Daphne keeping watch.
Fuck!
Cool. Well, I mean, we would have a watch order. I think you're the person who's rolling plus nothing to determine what happens.
Okay, so I still get to sleep and heal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna use. You weren't here for this, Alice. I have some dice that are rolling significantly interesting compared to my normal ones, and I'm gonna roll one of those.
You said that in the most ominous way possible.
Am I rolling 1d6 or 2?
2.
Onna?
Your look is riddled with mischief.
That's a 5? That's a 5 total. I was a 3 and a 2. Interesting, meaning I haven't rolled above a 3 with these yet.
Oh.
Good news. Take XP.
Congratulations.
They look so pleased with themselves that entire time.
Oh, y'all were complaining that I didn't roll enough bad numbers, so I found some dice that roll bad for me.
And I saved them for when I was rolling for the whole group.
You're welcome.
Yay!
Never not use those.
It's okay, if I use them enough, they'll start to roll well, but they've got novelty right now.
Jesus Christ.
You know it's true, Alice.
That's how statistics works.
All right, so on a failure, because the mixed success condition is take a complication, I think the failure condition will be you guys don't get a rest.
No!
Oh, fuck, no! Oh, shit, guys, I'm so sorry! All of us or just me? I can take it just me. Because
all of us.
So what happens that keeps us from getting our beauty sleep?
Yeah.
I think Rosmo dies. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
No!
Shit, guys, I'm sorry.
Don't kill my best friend!
I think as you guys are getting ready to bed down, you start hearing wildlife noises in the woods. Very nearby. You hear wildcats roaring, you hear death noises of prey animals, and it is enough to keep any of you from getting a decent night's sleep.
I hate it here.
gonna put these away.
Just roll them for you.
Since Iimish can't sleep, he's not going to say anything, but in his head he remembers the bet that he made with Lorelei earlier, and the night is still going. So he's going to go try and sneak off and catch something.
Okay.
It doesn't even matter what I catch, so long as I get something. It's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
It's the most deadliest thing.
You're sleeping next to Daphne, so if you're leaving, Daphne's following
That's
you.
why I'm trying to sneak away.
Yeah, good luck.
I don't know. Sneak.
Good lord.
Let's see what we can do for sneaking here. I want you to roll plus dex for your ability to sneak.
Righty.
And we'll call it a full success is you get away without anyone seeing you. Mixed success, you will have to justify it to convince Daphne not to follow you.
It's an 8, and I have no modifier.
That's a mixed success, so you're going to have to convince Daphne to not follow you.
Hey, I have to go catch something so that I can win the bet with Lorelei earlier.
Okay, where are we going?
The noises. We're going towards the noises.
Okay, let's go.
Sneaky.
Yeah, sure. As her anklets jingle as she walks away.
They are so loud.
Somehow louder than all the animals keeping us away.
Roll me a flat 2d6 to see what kind of animal you're stumbling upon. You want a low number.
What a low number. Oh, the dice were tumbling as you said that, and I would have used different dice. That's a 9.
Okay, you two, you and Daphne start wandering into the woods, and you still have some of the firelight behind you, so you can sort of see, but you've also kind of lost your night vision because of the fire. And you see a large kind of reptilian creature, but it's on 2 legs, not on 4, in the clearing ahead of you. It's about 3/4 of Daphne's height.
Did it spot us?
It has not spotted you yet. It is stalking something.
Daphne's gonna put an arm on Iimish. How small do Gatorborns start out?
I don't know. Maybe Taku knows that one.
If it's on 2 legs, that one makes me nervous.
I think we're supposed to go like a creature, though, not
A person?
I would like one or both of you to discern realities on this for me.
If you're
you
on
would.
Iimish.
I love how you just shove the consequences onto Iimish. Like, this is not my
I already
fault.
punished the party enough.
You're just here for the ride.
I'm here to make sure he doesn't die.
It's kind of messed up because Daphne and Iimish both have the same job, which is to keep the other one alive. Natural 10, 11 modified.
Okay. Oh, God. Yeah. On a 10 plus, you get to ask the GM 3 questions from the list below. What happened here recently? What are the signs of what's to come? What should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or valuable to me? Who's really in control here? And what is being concealed here?
Okay.
I will tell you what it is that you are looking at and then let you ask those questions. As you are looking at this creature, it is not a Gatorborn. This is, as you're analyzing it a little more, it has small, almost draconic wings on its back. It has a really large bottom jaw where the flame gland is. This is a small, I guess in most fantasy settings it would be something like a kobold. It's a small dragonkin.
Dragonkin, so not people.
People are the ones with scales or other amphibian hides. The things that aren't people are the weird squishy pink ones that we sometimes eat.
Dragonkin are not exactly dragons. Typically they're something of dragon blood and descended from dragons. This isn't going to become a dragon. It is draconic, though.
But could you imagine?
I will not imagine dragons, no. Your questions, once again, Benny, are what happened here recently? What are the signs of what's to come? What should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or valuable to me? Who's really in control here? And what is being concealed here?
What is useful or valuable to me? And bear in mind, I'm specifically looking to win the bet, and it would be ideal if I knew whether or not dragon can taste good.
I would say in this case, it would be a lot like eating snake. It is something that people eat. It's kind of gamey and doesn't taste great, but you can definitely eat it. It would also be an extremely dangerous creature to hunt.
Are they amenable to being pets?
Let's find out.
Let's find out. Is it big enough for Iimish to ride it?
Absolutely, yes.
I mean, isn't everything? Like, I'm pretty sure Iimish could ride a chicken.
Does Iimish want to ride a dragon, though?
Okay, so it's extremely dangerous.
Daphne will elbow him. Iimish, do you have any of those, like, fishy treat things?
Yeah, I guess we could give that a try.
Magic treats?
So far, everything seems to like them, which I tried to make them the most disgusting thing possible, so I don't know why that is. Can I hold one question in reserve?
Yeah, you've got 3 that you can ask.
I'm gonna hold one for now.
Anna, what's up?
You know what Daphne still has? The never-lasting gobstopper in the flask that she kept in that potion flask that she put in like, episode 4, the special one.
What does that do?
Remember you told me you gave me the special treat, the like you called it the never-lasting gobstopper, but it was like the stinkiest special ones. I put it in a potion flask. I've still got that.
You were
shit.
trying to keep Listeria from taking it. Yeah.
Mauling me.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I have the high incentive treat in a potion flask that I can like throw.
You do have that.
I am so scared right now. All of my bones are in defense position.
Okay, so
No.
Oh fuck. I think Daphne's gonna wait and see if it likes the other ones, and if so, she might just open the flask and jiggle it.
I'm gonna fish out some of the Magic Cat treats and just kind of chuck it in front of it. Hopefully it'll spot that and not me.
I think for success rate for the first one, Benny, just roll an up and down D12. Or I'm sorry, 2D6.
That is... I got one die that cannot roll anything but 6s. 8 total.
I think that, yes, it kind of... It's sniffing around the clearing, try to find whatever it was hunting. You throw that treat down, and it stomps over towards the treat, and it sniffs the air around it, but I don't think it really goes for the treat on a mixed success there.
While it's distracted, I'm going to jump on the back of it, like up near its head, and I'm gonna see if I can... you know how they break horses?
Yeah.
I'm gonna rodeo and see if I can wrangle this here dragonkin.
And to assist, I would like to open the flask and put it like under its nose and like try to like get it to focus on the treat and not Iimish.
Okay. So 2 things are going to happen very quickly. First off, Onna, I would like you to roll aid or interfere for Daphne on this. I feel like this is going to be plus dexterity with the way that she's just kind of running in.
I'm +1 for that. I can do that. Yeah.
I'm like trying to stay out of the way of the thing.
Right.
That makes sense.
Right.
Boxcar is +1.
Good. You deserve this.
The problem is, by not failing, Daphne learns nothing. XP-wise or experience.
The day's gonna come where we're all level 10 and Daphne is still level
She's just
2.
there to cause plot to happen, you know? Through a lot of arson.
Benny, I feel like this is probably a strength-based attempt here, but I also feel like this is acting on whim and on chance, and I feel like this is a flip of the coin.
Got a coin right here.
Brilliant.
So heads is the hag head, which is bad.
Hag head is good, skull is bad.
Hag's head. I'm golden. It's a 12.
Okay. So if you fail this, I die.
The good news is the aid or interfere roll was to see if consequences were going to come to Daphne. This was going to be a success or fail for Iimish no matter
So
what.
it's actually funny that she bothered.
I think having the whiff of the never-lasting gobstopper is enough to keep this dragonkin from full-on freaking out, while you manage to kind of get a rope into its mouth, like almost like a halter, and you kind of wrestle with it to the point where it is almost following instruction, and the whole time I feel like he's just kind of like whispering into the ear hole on this thing and just going, easy boy, that kind of bullshit.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to feed you so good. Everything's going to be wonderful. You're going to have a great life. And plus, I'm going to win the bet, so I get to make fun of Lorelei.
And I will say that for now, at the very least, you have I won't say domesticated, but subdued kobold or dragonkin or whatever we want to call this.
I think Iimish is going to refer to it as a jabberwock.
Yes.
Regardless of whether or not that's
good.
accurate.
You managed to make a halter to keep it from being able to bite you, and to kind of steer it and lead it around. As you are riding it, you realize really quickly that the wings aren't fully functional yet. This is not an adult. So it can glide, it cannot fly, but...
So we've kidnapped another child.
Yes.
Check.
When you put it like that, I sound like an asshole.
Ah, yes, it's the wording that made you an asshole, not the actions.
Or any previous actions.
Yep.
And I'm going to say, with that complication added now, that this Jabberwock being brought back to camp is going to be what keeps the party from being able to get a full night's rest, as it just keeps roaring at you guys.
So now that's my fault, too.
Yes.
You know, why back off when you can double down? Like, the other noisy part of the evening is probably Iimish just, like, talking shit. Look at that chair, Lorelei. Look at what I got.
It's like 4 a.m. and Lorelei's got like her little eye mask pulled down over her eyes, and she's just curled up around Tanaya Schwain. It's just, don't do it. No, don't react. Just like trying so hard not to give him what he wants, which is a reaction of some sort. But who she wants to shoot that Jabberwock through the head so she can go the fuck back to sleep.
Taku, when he hears the roaring and sees Iimish and Daphne coming into camp with this thing, is just like, who is this cute little guy? Oh my god, come here! Pipesy, it's a Jabberwock, come see! Oh my gosh!
No, what if it is a Jabberwock?
His name is Jabbert.
Oh,
Jabbert.
hello, Jabbert. Hello. And I'm like scratching him behind the orifices, you know?
Ah, Jabber.
God damn it!
He is French, Jabbert.
I know his kind, because I am from the swamp, too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he did come from the swamps.
Cajun Jabberwock, Jabbert.
Jabber.
So you guys, I will say, not being able to take a full rest. Everyone roll, I would say the rules say a full rest gets you half of your maximum HP. I don't want to penalize you guys too much for a bad roll on that camp, so take a quarter. Onna, for mana, roll what you would and take half.
Okay, so I'm getting a quarter. So if my total is
Round up.
15 out of 18 and I'm at 3 mana. Cool. Yes, good.
In the very early morning, well, you know, part of this whole camping thing was we were supposed to resolve our differences on the path where we could hear the battle corgis chirping in the distance, or the path that was full of silence, and we were having some trouble making decisions there. So
Or the path with the magic hat, who doesn't have beef with us.
Yeah, so I'm going to go to that silent path, the one that seemed really safe to all of the predators in the party, but made all of the non-predators real sketch.
Lorelei resents being called prey.
Daphne is flattered for being called a predator.
Daphne, Iimish, they know who they are.
Wow.
To be fair, like, I don't think everybody's referred to a bunny as predatory, so, I mean, it kind of tracks.
She's a hare. She's a hare.
There's no predatory hair either. That doesn't change the point.
I'm going to extend my shaman's intuition outwards, and I'm going to just kind of like reach out into that silent darkness to try and see if I can get any better feelings about what's out there, right? You know, I begin my little shamanic chant, and I'm like, hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. And I will listen carefully to the sounds of silence.
Mike, eat a bag of dicks.
An entire bag.
The bag too. Eat the bag.
The episode with copyright infringement.
Just be aware that when you listen into the void listens back into you.
I would like you to roll plus whiz for me, if you would.
Alrighty. That is an 8.
It's strange. You are reaching out with your senses, and reaching out with senses beyond your own, which is a thing that, as a shaman, you know how to do. You're kind of used to using networks of plants, of animals, the spirits of nature to extend your own senses, as it were. And you do that, and you reach a certain point on that empty path where your senses, the senses beyond your own, simply don't feel anything. You don't hear, you don't smell, you don't taste anything. There's nothing. And you kind of push yourself a little harder, and suddenly you do feel something, and it is a powerful, angry sensation. Oh, actually, this is relevant because of your shaman bullshit ability. You felt the presence of a powerful spirit.
Oh.
So I go back to everybody, and I'm like, okay, so I was doing a little further exploration of the silent pathway. I fell into a deep trance, and while in that trance, I walked alone through restless dreams, and then in the middle of this great emptiness, I felt something that split the night, and I touched the soul of silence. I'm making it copyright free.
It's technically fair use.
Fair use and parody.
And beneath the thick layers of nothingness and emptiness out there, I did finally find a core echoing in the wells of silence.
Lorelei pops up at that and is like, you wouldn't happen to consider that, perhaps, an unnatural menace? Would you?
Oh, no.
Say yes.
No!
It's a strange line of questioning.
On a scale of unnatural menace, I would say somewhere between Daphne and actively malevolent Fae, right?
That counts. That counts. I have Slayer of the Weird, and I really want to chase that drive because I need more XP so I can beat Iimish. Middle path.
Heck is XP.
No matter how much I don't want to go down that path, that's the path Daphne wanted to go down. And Daphne also, her drive, a daredevil. Oh, that's dangerous? Fuck yeah, let's go get it.
No.
So it sounds like...
No.
Lorelei just claps a hand over Rosmo's mouth.
No.
Rosmo, it'll be all right. And Lorelei just pours her cup of gritty coffee into his cup of coffee. There's a little splash as all the grounds hit.
Oh God.
About this time, Marianne is walking out of her little tent. She gets up and gives a big stretch and reaches out and looks at the cup of coffee. It looks at Rosmo and goes, "The sludge at the bottom's the best part. That's the chewy part's the best part of coffee. What's wrong with you?"
I like to think that the silent path was legitimately nothing. It was actually the safe path right up until the moment where I started weaving Simon and Garfunkel lyrics into my shamans.
Yes.
And then that was the exact moment in time where Nick was like, I guess this is how bitches die.
I have to punish him now.
This just means that I was right the whole time, so I need to follow my instincts.
Cool. So who votes to go down the Eldritch path with our
Missions of his hands.
questionably fey companion? And also a literal child, but this is fine, I guess.
Well, no, hold on. So, his family wanted him to, quote-unquote, become a man, and they wanted to do that through child-sanctioned murder.
Not. He was explicitly kidnapped.
By his uncles who are his family.
Yeah, his uncle.
Everyone's an uncle here. That doesn't narrow it down.
Hold on, Rosmo, hold on. Just catch a bubble. Let me explain.
Oh, my God.
So... what if we bring him back as a bona fide badass because he helped us eliminate an unnatural menace who didn't happen to be a child? Everybody wins.
Okay, so from the top,
Yeah.
This child was kidnapped by his quote-unquote uncle.
Yes.
Who everyone around here, mind you, is an uncle.
Yes.
From his parents who very much did not want him to go, but was taken against his will. And now we, his rescuers, are going to endanger him in a different way, under the exact same pretext of the previous kidnappers.
In a more fun way, and it's on his way back to being delivered. Mm-hmm. And he's doing
Now, is it more fun because we're doing it?
Yes.
It's only wrong when we're not the ones doing
Oh my God.
Lorelei nods, you get it.
Oh no, I'm doing the moral math here, and I think I'm actually the nicest person in the party.
Well, yeah. Rosmo, this is your opportunity to practice and be a better person and make some friends.
I am a bad person, but I am not a hypocrite.
Lorelei digs in her bag for a little dictionary and it's hypocrite.
It's HY.
Oh, thank you. That's
There you go.
Look, okay, I got sent to wolf camp in 8th grade and I was never real good at spelling.
I get it. We can go over some more spelling practices later tonight.
Alright, thank you.
You ferment some hypocrite with a little sassafras and sugar, and it makes a delightful southern soda.
Your folksy jokes will not derail
That
this
sounds
conversation.
delicious, though, Taku. We gotta do that next time we break camp.
You need to try that later.
But first, eliminate this unnatural menace.
So, as you guys are standing there, Marianne stretches again, splits herself into two again.
Nope, not doing that. We're going down the quiet path.
I hate that. Can you just not be in two?
One of you is enough, thank you.
No, the last time we talked, you guys said that we were going to do two
No,
different.
we're doing the same one now.
One is it? Okay, that's
Not
fine.
to mention, when there's two of you, it makes our job twice as hard.
Yeah.
That's true. And I want that bonus.
That's the challenge.
I mean, if one party gets...
No. You have to hear me all the way out. You gotta let me finish
good.
this.
I hate this. Let's go.
Pass.
Lorelei turns her back on Marianne and just starts gossiping with Daphne.
walks off. Arm in arm, and they walk off together.
Mish mounts Jabber and follows Daphne.
Daphne just realized she's a hag. She's no longer going to listen to anything Marianne says. She's not going to be mean, but she's not going to trust her.
I mean,
Fair
smart.
enough. All right. So which path are we taking? Cats, dogs, or silence?
Silence.
We've chosen the worst possible path. Hooray!
Yay!
Was that the path we chose, or were you commanding Rosmo to silence?
Yes.
You are all the worst people I've ever met.
Thanks.
Except for you, Lorelei. You're actually okay, except in this instance where you're stubborn.
I'll take it.
Mr. Rosmo, sir?
Rocky, if you want to split from the party at this point, I won't blame you, sweet child.
Okay, I'm checking to confirm. You guys are taking the middle silent path.
Yes.
Guys, hold on. Out of character, we just got the "Are you sure?"
Uh-huh.
You did, in fact, yes.
That means we double down and we do the thing because that's where
how
the
you
fun
know
is.
that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look.
exactly.
No, Daphne wants to do it, but I'm scared.
Anna,
I'm scared now.
if you didn't want to do this, you shouldn't have doubled down in character. You all did this. I want
yeah.
that on the record.
Yeah, but you got some healing. You're fine. This is fine.
Okay.
It's not.
I mean, a quarter of my hit points, Iimish is back up to full.
I have 2 more uses of that scroll.
Oh boy.
2 more. 2 more emergency. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, let's get to it. Lorelei's gonna, pack up and get everything back into her backpack. Make sure, the crafting scissors are in the right spot. And, okay, I've got my pipe cleaners. There's my pipe bomb. All right, we're all loaded up. It's all secure. Nothing's going to explode. All right, so who's ready to go hunting? Let's go.
I'm going to assume with that Lorelei is taking point. Is that accurate?
Yeah. Because Iimish got one over on her with that dirty trick in the middle of the night, tracking down a very, very adorable but very much obviously not tame dragonkin. She'll scritch Jabber on the back of his, little dome as she walks by, and then just sort of kind of skipping, but I guess it'd be more like skip hopping ahead.
Oh, also in the event that I was unclear about it, Jabber is like a feathered dinosaur. He is a correct dinosaur. So
Okay.
Oh, like a little velociraptor?
in the daylight, he kind of looks like a cassowary, but much smaller.
Does he have colorful feathers? I need to know. Are they all
Yes.
iridescent?
Very brightly
That
colored.
weird sheen to it.
Yes, yellows and greens and blues, and then also lots of very pointy teeth.
even better.
Wow. Yellows and greens and blues. He fits Iimish's color scheme. It's perfect.
Even better.
I'm still fashionable.
Lorelei is annoyed with Iimish, but Jabber is perfect and has never done anything wrong in his entire life, so she'll give him a little head pat and scritchies and coo over how cute he is, and then kind of hop along ahead to take point.
Perfect.
Taku thoroughly insists on referring to him as a Jabberwock, and in fact is giving a lot of really detailed information on Jabberwocks that are consistent with whatever Jabber is.
Yeah, go ahead and roll spout lore if you want to.
Yeah. What do I add to spout lore? What stat?
Spout lore is plus int.
Also, how big is the Jabberwock? Just so I can get a right mental image.
Jabber is roughly 4 feet tall at the top of his head, so super long neck. The middle of his body would be 2.5, 3 feet off the ground.
A 10 minus 1 is 9.
On a 7 to 9, the GM will say what you recall, but you won't know how true it is until you put it to the test. If the GM doesn't buy how you might have come by such knowledge, turns out you don't know much about the thing at all. So I would say go ahead and tell the party what you know.
First one was so perfect. I love the idea of Taku just spouting a bunch of bullshit. We don't know if it's accurate.
No, I think it's great.
So Jabbers are an important part of the local ecosystems, keeping the small furry pests from going out of control and devouring all of the critical wildlife. And in the dry summer months, their fire breath actually helps with clearing out deadfall. So even though they start lots of small fires, they prevent large fires that happen on the hills surrounding the swampy regions and could destroy important sources of food. They also can speak to dragons of any type or species, even though they cannot speak to humanoids. And their favorite people in the world are Gatorborns. Jabberwocks absolutely adore the Gatorborn people. It goes back to a huge legend that, given our current recording time, Taku does not have time for, but maybe that'll be a special at some point. The first Gatorborn and the first Jabberwock and how they basically created all of existence. It's like, this is going to take several hours on the walk. So just assume that whatever the next 3 things that happen are, Taku is still telling that story.
I'll say the only incorrect bit of information in there is that Jabberwocks do in fact get a particular type of parasite. They are a very small pixie that just kind of live in the bases of the feathers. It makes them kind of glow in the dark, but also it's really itchy, so it's annoying.
We don't consider those parasites because they're tasty. We call them pixie sticks. And what you do is you just pop the head off and then pour all the sweet, sweet inside goodness down. It's delicious.
As you guys are heading down the road, Lorelei, you, since you're taking point, I'll say you're probably 15, 20 feet out in front of the rest of the party. You start noticing before anyone else. First, what you had been moving through previously had been kind of marshy wetland almost. And as you are moving down this road, you notice the road itself first stops being muddy and starts just being packed dirt initially, and then loose, dry dirt to cracked earth. Continuing to move forward, you're looking into the plant life and these trees that, previously had been, a couple feet around. They're much smaller, but also everything is dead. The trees, the vines, the scrub, everything is dead. You start seeing the skeletons of small animals. Again, just bone dry, no meat on them. Onna, what's up?
Is Daphne sparking again?
Yes.
Oh, it's something. I think Daphne might perk up and be like, guys, I think we're dealing with something like me.
No shit.
That's impossible. There's no one like you, Daphne.
The air around the party is dry again. It's not humid here, but everything is dry and dead, and it's silent around you.
I think we should take a pause and just listen.
So I had an idea. I could use Rocket Bird and go far up into the sky and see what I can see below. Now that it's finally dry enough for me to use fire.
Well, I mean, if there's something dangerous, that'll definitely bring it closer.
Oh, maybe not that then.
I don't know, didn't say it was a bad idea.
No, we should commit to all our worst ideas.
I mean, they've all worked out for us so far, Rosmo. Can I tell, how far off the road this effect goes?
As far as you can see from where you are.
Okay.
So the Rocket Bird move, it modifies Daphne's ignition spell, so she can just fire off a spell and fly into the air. On a 10+, blast off, you ignite the air beneath your feet to fuel your jump, and you can fly for a short time. 7 to 9, you can triple your jump distance. On a miss, buckle up.
Like a living road flare. I love it.
Basically.
Are there any tracks on this road? Animal tracks? Any people in tracks? Any broken branches? Should I roll for that?
Yes, but I'm trying to figure out what to have you roll.
You could be really cash money and let me roll in. Just saying. It'd be super cool of you. I'd be really proud of you.
I feel like for what you're trying to do, that actually would track.
Yes! Cool.
Oh!
Didn't sound good.
No, it didn't.
I'm really glad it wasn't Wiz, because then that would have been a 1, but I did get a 5.
Wow.
So, no, you cannot see any tracks. You do get to mark XP, though.
Yeah, I have 6 of the 9 XP I need to level up, BB. So Lorelei, goes looking, and after fruitlessly inspecting the road, probably with like, one of those what are they called? The lens.
Magnifying glass.
Yeah, magnifying glass. The lens on a stick, as I was gonna call it.
Not wrong.
Got my trusty stick lens here.
But that's actually the brand name of it. It's Lens on a Stick.
It's a Flopsico production.
Yeah. Oh, God. Lorelei cringes to use it. She's using it to inspect the ground and looking for all of these signs of life. And after about 10 minutes, stands up and goes, well, there's jack shit here. So I think maybe we should continue and find this unnatural menace and slay it.
Daphne get a rocket bird? Burning up her fuse up there alone?
Rocket bird.
See, Daphne, yes, wants to. I personally am worried.
Nah, do it.
Okay.
High int, low whiz. Lorelei will make sure to get out of the way, though, and it's going to be about 20 feet up the road. She doesn't want to be a launch pad.
Everyone, you're going to want to back away from Daphne.
Thank fuck. So, plus int, so it's 7 plus 3, so thank fuck as a 10. But one of my dice wanted to fuck me because that was a 6 and a 1.
Oh, that would have been spectacular.
No. It would have been fun.
Just explode on the launch pad.
Back away.
I feel like Iimish kind of uses Jabert to kind of circle everyone back away from Daphne, and it's like Tony Stark taking off in the Iron Man suit, just fire out of the hands, and you just fly straight up into the air.
As she blasts off, like Iimish does his bad impersonation of a screeching eagle.
While you're in the air, roll plus int for me. This is, again, just like looking for the tracks. This is you doing a quick survey while you're in the air.
Come on, good dice, don't fail me. So that was an 8 plus 3, so 11.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, Onna, as Daphne is looking around what should be this verdant swamp, you are seeing the road that you guys are on, and it continues down for a couple miles from where you can see. Probably 5 miles in the distance, you can see what looks like a small village. But before that, probably 1.5 miles, 2 miles off from you guys, you see a spot where there is one enormous, very green tree. And as you are in the air looking down at it, it turns, and you can tell that it's looking at you.
Wave and say hello.
Hi. Yeah, literally.
Spell in the sky with your
Oh, yeah. It's glittery somehow?
like a little heart.
I think more realistically, she might just with one hand kind of wave the flame to like make it clear she's signaling and saying, hello, I mean no danger, even though it's fire.
You mean no danger. That doesn't mean you are no danger.
Hey.
This is still, plus 1 mile off from you, so, it's not going to hear you or anything. I'll say with that int check, that's equal parts giving you what you're able to see from up there, but also kind of assessing the threat. Clearly, from what you can see, that tree is the very center of this dead spot in the swamp. And realistically, the cause of what is doing this here. You are able to safely navigate back to ground and relay that information to the rest of the party.
I think Daphne will in particular look at Taku, and Taku, we might need your expertise right here. This looks like a very hungry spirit.
The hungry spirit.
Very hungry spirits.
I will say, Taku, from what Daphne tells you, you're able to assess pretty quickly that this is something like a naiad. It's a tree spirit, but this one is doing the opposite of what they normally do. Normally they're protectors of groves. This one is consuming a grove.
So, to wrap this up, the last thing I want to say is, remember that thing I said about how it's really important for Jabberwocks to burn down certain areas so that it doesn't cause bigger, wider problems for the rest of the ecosystems around here?
Yeah.
Based on all of the information we have assembled, I think that the next correct step is that Jabert, Daphne, and Pipesy be unleashed on this grove to do exactly what is in their nature.
Fire!
I have to admit, Taku was the last person I thought would ever suggest arson as a solution.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of him.
I mean, he's got a 100% success rate. I figured we have to go with Taku.
Burn it down!
Yeah, so arson is clearly the moral choice.
I mean, it's pretty dry, so it's got to go up like a torch, right?
Not only do I have a 100% success rate, but this right now is the ecologically responsible thing to do. So
incorrect assessment of Taku.
And that is a perfect place to end today's episode. Hey everyone, did you know that we have a website? Come check us out at highintlowwiz.com. We've got player bios, character art, game world info, and links to episodes of the show. You can also find us on Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky at highintlowwizpod. Come hang out with us in any of those places, or all of them. Please give us a review on your listening platform of choice, and give us as many stars as you think we deserve, or if you're feeling spicy today, give us a whole lot more. Thanks so much for listening.
But skulls are so cool.
I know! You can make them into a cup,